Appreciate you stopping back in and listening to this video. This topic for this video is narcissist, money, and family. Narcissists have a lack of self-control when it comes to their finances. They are impulsive people that have an attitude of, I want it now. Often you will find that they will spend as if they had so much money to their fingertips that they do not think about debt. It's often they will give an excuse to get what they want so they can buy whatever they want. They do not consider anyone else's feelings when they are in a family setting. Often you will see these couples where the wife is working inside and outside of the home. The women manage the house, finances, and the children. There are a few cases where the guys will get a job. You will often see them complaining, though, about them working all of the time, not making enough money, expecting the wife to come home to take care of the kids even if the wife is working full-time. Most of these guys behind closed doors will be verbally abusive to their spouses, controlling and often physically abusive as well with their families, including the children. These guys are insecure and often when they are done exploding on their spouses or children or both, they attempt to apologize and turn around and repeat the same behavior soon after they apologize to you. You will often see them use money as a weapon as well. They will complain that it's unfair that the children get things bought for them and not for the narcissists themselves. Inside these homes, you can become stressed easily. You feel no matter what you do, you can't seem to keep the peace inside the home. Every complaint that is brought up is addressed, but it never seems good enough, and when you attempt to make these people happy, it ends up being short-lived. Oftentimes, the narcissist will point the finger at you, stating you're at fault for the debt and the lack of income coming in. You may be a stay-at-home parent as well, and you will find that at times you will get yelled at for staying at home and not working enough. If you do go to work, you're told that you're not working enough hours to make the bills. Whatever you do to try to make a narcissist happy, it's usually short-lived. You won't ever make these people completely happy. Oftentimes, when the narcissist becomes upset, they will twist the narrative to shift blame for what just happened. I have seen times where when the wife was at work, the husband was supposed to be watching the child, and the child ended up either getting hurt or disappeared for a short time. Luckily, they did find the child, but because of the situation, the narcissistic parent ended up blaming the other parent for not being home while the child disappeared. The other scenario that I have seen before with couples is that the baby gets left at home with the narcissistic parent, and either someone was called to take care of the child or the child was completely neglected, being left in the crib. I have also seen where the child has not had a diaper change for a full day due to the fact that the narcissistic parent was neglectful toward the child and refused to take care of the baby. Keep in mind that if you are in one of these type of relationships right now, consider to do what you can to break from it. The long-term effect that these relationships have on people can be completely devastating. I've heard cases in the past where the wives do not leave the narcissist husband The last one I was aware of, the lady ended up passing away. But she had lost so much weight because the husband was controlling the food she was allowed to eat. These people motivate out of fear. The more they can scare you into staying, the more that they can control you. These people are known to take everything that you own physically, and they will tear you down emotionally, mentally, and on occasion, depending on the situation, they will escalate to abuse. That includes beating the heck out of you. If you choose to stay in this type of relationship, happiness is something that you will always want and crave for. And the hunger you feel for somebody to actually care for you will never subside, because you're always going to be lacking the stability that you need to feel healthy internally. If you do have kids with these people, the chances of your children being abused are very high. I have seen cases where children will stay with their parents because the wife will not leave, and they end up with bruises, they end up with marks on their back because they've been dragged by their feet across the carpet because the parent didn't like the fact that the child was not waking up when they told them to get out of bed. I cannot stress enough that if you are listening to this and you are dealing with any type of physical, mental, or emotional abuse from either a boyfriend or a spouse, getting out of the situation will be the best thing for yourself. There is no reason for anyone to tear you down, especially you yourself. When you go and you get dressed in the morning and you get up and you look in the mirror, it is not a good idea to tear yourself down. Remember, if you're willing to tear yourself down and you wonder why others are doing this, it's because of the self-esteem and other issues that you need to tackle before you have a relationship with somebody that will actually be healthy for later on. Also, with the finances and narcissism, they will squander every penny that you have. I've seen it with some cases where retirement funding has been completely squandered. Inheritance has been completely squandered because once the narcissist gets a hold of the money, they think that they can handle it better than the other person. And the next thing you know, the other person has nothing left. I have seen this time and time again where the money disappears and there's no trace of where it went. I've also seen with narcissists creating their own text messages from a burner phone, creating messages, creating false statements from people that isn't even real. They create any mess they can to make you look so bad, it's ridiculous. Some of the things that I have seen come out of narcissism is completely appalling. How they treat people, how they try to control people, and what they do to sabotage and destroy the other person that they're after. Just remember, a narcissist will take everything you own, including ripping you apart for their own personal benefit. It's never worth staying in these type of relationships. No matter how much you think these people love you, the reality is they just don't, because they don't care about anyone but themselves.